Som. Hello, Jessica.
Hi, hello.
Well, Jessica, first of all, it's a pleasure meeting you. I hope you have a great day. And before we continue the session, I always ask my prospects for this first session, do you prefer to continue in English or in Portuguese?
Oh, you speak Portuguese too? I saw in your profile, but it's best to practice in
Sure,
English.
sure. My classes are fully in English. Just for this first conversation, I give the option because the
Oh,
idea is for us to know each other. Understand?
okay.
So,
Uh,
however you feel more comfortable.
yeah, we can do it in English.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So, how are you doing today, Jessica? How are things going pre-Christmas?
Yes. I'm not working today. I just woke up. Sorry.
No worries, no worries. All good.
and yeah, I'm gonna travel tomorrow with my family and just yeah enjoy the holidays. Mhm.
Nice. We're gonna enjoy your holidays.
We're going to. I live in Salvador. Do you live in Brazil?
Yes, I
Or
live in São Paulo.
okay. Um, I live in Salvador, and we're going to um, Aracaju because we have family there, and it's gonna be a road trip.
Okay. Okay, very nice. How long by car?
I think it's 3 hours, 3 hours and a half.
Okay, that's a good road trip time.
Uh,
Anything above 5 hours already starts getting too much.
yeah, but
Okay,
actually, you can travel longer than that and still being inside Bahia.
that's crazy. Yeah.
It's huge.
Bahia, Minas Gerais, Mato
Yeah,
Grosso, these states are huge.
yeah.
Very nice. Okay. So how long have you been living in Bahia? Are you born and raised in Bahia?
I was born um, in the countryside in a,
Hmm.
in a town called Pojuca. It's 1 hour away from Salvador, and I moved to Salvador when I was 14, I think, to go to better schools and prepare for um, how do you say vestibular? um, I don't know how to say this to the
Prepare for your SATs.
SATs, yeah, and then yeah, and just to go to better schools.
Nice. And what do you prefer, countryside or big cities?
Big cities, yeah, not as big. I've lived in São Paulo actually
Really?
for yes, sorry, for 4 years and a half, and then I came back to Salvador during the pandemic.
And what was your experience living in São Paulo for 4 years and a half? Por exemplo, pega fazer por favor.
Sorry.
No
Uh,
worries.
I mean, I love São Paulo. I really do, but I just don't see myself living there forever. Um,
What
and
did you miss the most?
what I missed the most,
Yeah.
the I think in São Paulo we have better access to um, so many things, cultural things happening all the time, and it's um, and to cultures from all over the world as well. Good gastronomy and these things, but the city is not the daily the daily life is not the
Too much
best.
chaos.
Yes, it's very chaotic.
Very
Um,
nice. And you
but
don't have the beaches, right? Not as close as Salvador.
I can survive without the beach. Actually, it's not the main thing for me. But I moved back just because I was able to work remotely and my friends were all here. I do have friends in São Paulo, good friends, but I missed my friends from here, my family, and that's why I moved back. But I don't really love the beach. I can survive without it.
Really?
Yeah. I prefer the mountains and waterfalls, rivers.
Ah, different,
Yeah.
huh?
Yes.
You want to live probably in Minas Gerais.
Yeah, that could be. Yeah, I don't know.
Minas Gerais, many mountains and waterfalls.
Well, in Bahia, we have Chapada Diamantina, which
Yes.
is a national park as well, which is amazing. And I go there very often to do some hiking and yeah, just to relax. Mhm.
Perfect. Perfect.
Um, yeah, okay.
Okay, okay. So, well, Jessica, can you tell me a little bit more about what are you looking for in English teacher? What are some difficulties you have? What are your goals with English? And also your tests
My test?
in English, yeah.
Oh, okay. Um, okay, what my goal is, I want to be able to um, articulate, I mean, a work environment to be able to articulate better, more complex thoughts. Because I can understand you well, I can understand at work. I work for, I work at Nubank, uh, which is it's a digital bank. We do use English um, as like it's the main language in the company, but in my department we don't really use it daily. I don't have to give like many presentations in English. It's very rare. Uh, but I wanted to be more confident while doing it. It's not it's not good as well as I would hope. So I just want to get better at it and be able um, to be more confident in meetings and presentations and improve my business vocabulary as well and
That is
be
very
able,
difficult. It's another world, right?
yeah, uh, but mainly to be able to articulate more complex thoughts in meetings. When we're discussing things, I'm a UX designer, and usually I have to give presentations about prototypes, my design choices, or about customer research. And yeah, I just need to be more confident in it. And also because I want to start exploring opportunities abroad, working remotely and working for foreign companies,
Companies. There you
um, and go through hiring process, interviews. I want to prepare for that too. What was your question?
go. Okay, now you asked me a question, we're answering in general. But
Oh,
when
okay.
did you learn your English?
Um, like many years ago, I went to what was the name of the CCAA? I took
Okay.
like 3 years of English classes was the CAA, and then later on, I just started watching a bunch of TV series and trying to practice. And yeah. Mhm.
Okay. So I saw that you told me you are an UX designer, right? And that you work in fintech industry,
Yes.
right? Perfect. So what are the stakeholders that you speak English with usually?
Usually, mm, um, right now, if if I have to give a presentation in English, it's gonna be to the chief design officer. We have a new chief design officer, and he's very close to the design team, and he's American. And yeah, in my department, he's the only person that I would have to give a presentation in English right now. But if we are um, in with I'm part of a project where we have some dependencies with other teams in the company, and I'm gonna have to interact with other people. There will probably be some teams that mainly operate in English, and I'm gonna have to be speaking English too.
Okay. Okay, perfect. And what is the biggest difficulty today with English?
The most difficult thing, I think, um, it's maybe vocabulary um, and also articulate more complex sentence structures. I think.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. I get it. Like, where do you use English usually? How do you use English today?
um, Traveling and at work, just um, we have to write everything in English. So all of our documents is in
Documents, yeah.
English. Yeah, but that it's okay. It's not my focus. Um, my focus it would be like speaking and um,
But you don't use English today to speak. You don't speak English today.
at work, not daily. Only in those cases that I told you about when we have to give some presentation for the CDO. Um, yeah, that's when I have to speak right now.
Okay. But it's gonna get more complex,
Yeah.
right? So give me some examples where you're gonna need to speak English in the future.
Sorry.
Give me some examples where you will need to speak English in the future.
In the future, um, if we're working on a new product right now, and we're still figuring out what the product strategy is going to be, the design strategy, and we're going to be presenting the development of product strategy and the design um, vision as well um, for product leadership and design leadership as well. And uh, I believe I'm going to be mm, presenting the design rationale behind our decisions, and presenting prototypes and things like this. And yeah, I think that's it.
And how do you feel when speaking English?
Uh, how do I feel? Um, when I'm traveling, I love it. But at work, because I don't feel like I'm good at it at work. I don't love it. Yeah. But when I'm traveling, I love meeting people and speaking English, and yeah, it's good.
Where have you traveled already, Chip?
um, I travel a lot. I go to. Um, I just came back from Lisbon, Portugal, and yeah, that was my last trip. But I've been to a few countries in Europe.
Like what countries?
Sorry,
Like what countries?
in Europe. Oh, I actually lived in the Netherlands for a year, many years ago, doing the au pair program thing. Like many years ago, I spent an entire year in the Netherlands,
Wow. Okay.
and I had to. But everyone speaks
Yeah,
English there,
I know. I
so
have I have clients there.
yeah. I didn't have to speak Dutch. And I've been to Italy, Spain, Germany, um, I don't know, Switzerland, all over. I've been to the United States as well.
You love
Um,
traveling.
yeah, I love it, and I work remotely, so I can
That's
do
the
that.
best part.
Often. Yes, and actually, Nubank is changing its.
Oh, you work for the bank?
Uh, yeah, I work for Nubank.
I have clients
Um,
there. I know what happened. Good luck.
yeah, yeah, we're getting back to the office, and that's why I need to improve my English because I want to find a remote job as
Yeah.
well. And uh, yeah, it's a nightmare. I don't want to go back there. But I actually was able to get an extension, so I would only need to go to the office in January
Really? Why?
2027. Yeah, because I have an apartment in Salvador. I bought an apartment here, so I asked them to have some more time to figure out what I was going to do with the apartment, if I was going to sell it or if I'm going to rent it, and they extended it, so it's okay.
Where is the office?
The office is in Pinheiros, in São Paulo.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
You have only Pinheiros? You don't have other places? Only São Paulo?
we have Pinheiros, and there is I forgot the name of the neighborhood, Vila Leopoldina.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
I know. You don't have out of São Paulo?
Out of São Paulo right now, I mean, they are they are working on it to open other offices, and by June of the next year, we're gonna have an office in Belo Horizonte, Rio de Janeiro, and Campinas, I guess. Yeah, four offices in Brazil. And I could choose to go to Belo Horizonte as well, but if I'm going to move in Brazil, I'd rather just go back to São Paulo because I'm not going to be working at Nubank forever, right? So uh, I would just need to go back to São Paulo. But if I'm not able to get a remote job and I have to move somewhere, I actually want to move out of Brazil. That's what I'm considering. That's my plan. So I
Nice.
have 1 year to make that happen. They don't know that. They don't know that I don't plan to go back to the office there. But yeah, that's my plan.
Oh, no, if it was me, it is me. I do the same thing, right? But if I work in
Yeah,
company, I would rather live in Brazil and
yeah,
work for international company because the life you have is a totally different life. Like
yes.
I have clients in, like I said, Netherlands. Netherlands, I think, is one of the highest paying salaries we have in the world.
Hmm.
And they have like okay life, but it's average life, for said. Both of them work. Of course, the Netherlands. So the average life is much better than Brazilian life. But if she worked, she's not Brazilian, she's Ukrainian. But if she worked like, if she received like the salary she received living in Brazil, it
Hmm.
would be much, I believe it would be much better, the life.
Yes. Yeah, but Brazil, I don't know, there's the violence thing,
Yes, sure.
right?
Mhm.
It's violent. I don't, I feel like we don't have as much access um, to the life outside of private places. You're not, because we're not safe on the streets. So we're always trying to do things. You're going to a restaurant or to somebody's place or whatever. You're always inside because if you're out there, you're exposed to all the all the risks. And I don't like that. That's why I love traveling and going to Europe because I feel so safe and I'm out all the time, walking everywhere, and I love that kind of that kind of life, that you can just go to a park and be there for the entire afternoon with a book and whatever.
So don't worry
That,
about anything else.
yeah, I don't. That's the kind of life that I like. Mm, so I'm decided to try to make it happen now.
Sure. And it can. It can.
Yeah. Yes. And I just need to prepare a little bit more.
Okay, so tell me a little bit then, what is your average day at work? Your average day at work at
My,
Nubank.
yeah, my average day. Mm, we start. I usually start the day by looking at looking at Slack and seeing all the messages, what's going on, and then replying to messages, and then I usually have a bunch of meetings. It's crazy how many meetings we have. Um, but it usually starts with a meeting that we call, it's a daily, that where you meet your team, the squad, and then everyone just um, gives an update of about what you've been doing, and what you managed to get done in the previous day and what you're going to do um, this day. And it's usually like this. And then we have weekly meetings with the design team of my business area. Uh, and each business area is responsible, it's usually responsible for um,
For
a few,
have different responsibilities, probably, right?
few related products.
Hmm.
And we have weekly meetings with the design team, with the design manager, and I can also have like some one-on-one meetings with the product manager, um, or with my peers, which could be like a content designer. I'm a product designer. I usually work with a content designer as well. And yeah, it's just a bunch of syncs, and or we have more company-wide rituals as well that we have to attend, and it's usually the CEO of the company or the management team. Um, and what else? And then when I do have some free time, when I'm not in the meeting, I'm actually getting things done.
I get it. I get it. It's very complicated, a very complicated routine, right?
Yes, it's especially for a creative role, because
Yes.
creativity, you have to let your mind wander a little bit, um, and that's not good to be when you manage to get in the flow, in the creative flow, you have to stop because you have a meeting. It's terrible.
Yeah, I can imagine that. I can only imagine.
Mhm.
Okay, okay. So a little bit about the classes. Before I start to introduce myself, do you have any questions you'd like me to ask, to answer? Any question about my English, myself, my methodology? Do you have any questions?
Yeah, how would work if um, I I have two goals, right? I want to be able to um, give better presentations in English and to be able to participate in discussions where I have to articulate counter arguments or things like that. But also, I want to prepare for job interviews. So, how would we do both things?
Perfect. So I don't know if you saw in my profile, but my focus today is I'm not an English teacher. Understand? I am a communication coach. And I know that when I say coach, Brazilians think, oh my God, Pablo Marçal, you're going to sell me books. You're going to make me walk mountains. No, that's not the idea. The idea of coach means trainer. Right. You know, in America, coach is a trainer. So the idea we're going to practice and train your communication. Right. Okay. How can we at the same time prepare you for interviews and prepare for meetings? The answer is very simple because both of them rely heavily on communicating. How do you communicate and how effective is your communication skills? Understand? So when you have communication, you have confidence. You learn how to explain subjects and how to make people understand the message that you want to perceive. Understand? So this is the answer. The basic question is, how can I set them both together? By practicing communication. How do we practice communication? That's another question. So my classes, there's one thing in common, all of them. You're gonna speak. You gotta speak in all of them. And we're not gonna speak. Sometimes we're gonna have some classes that are like lighter about things you like, but you're not gonna speak with me as an English teacher, right? So we're going to talk about your company. We're going to talk about your business. I want you to bring me the presentations. Oh, I have a presentation next week. Okay, so bring me the topic. Let's practice for it. Let's see how we can fix the slides. Let's see how we can fix the idea, the storytelling, the daily storytelling sometimes in your case, so people can understand your message. Because communication is not about what you say, but how the other people will understand your message. Understand? Do you have any questions now?
Um, no,
You don't need to worry. You don't need to mute your microphone. It's okay. If you have sound, don't worry. I
uh,
I can talk without it being interrupted.
um, let me see. I don't really have any questions. Um,
It's okay. I just asked you a question to get it. I have more to explain. But
yeah.
so how the classes work? My classes are very dynamic because my classes are prepared client by client. Understand? I don't use generic classes. I don't use generic books. I prepare my classes based on every client. Rarely I'm going to bring a book, and rarely I repeat even the topics. So let's say you were talking to me and you told me you have a presentation on April, big presentation. I, for example, I would bring first topics, the base of storytelling, how to get your storytelling correct, understanding how to present yourself, how do you present yourself in a business environment, right?
Okay.
Talking about how to identify different type of people when you're talking to them, because you need to learn how to communicate with different people, right? And there will be a lot and a lot of talking. Some classes will be conversation based, free conversation, because you can't just stop. about business, right?
Yeah.
Networking exists. You need to be good at talk about everything. So you're gonna have free conversations. Other classes we're gonna have focus, guided conversations.
Hmm.
We're gonna have role plays. And what a good example that a good exercise I have my clients is I present you a media of some sort. Okay, a video, an audio, a text, whatever. You're going to absorb this media and then you're going to explain it to me.
Oh, okay. That's
Understand?
good. Yeah.
Because this is the base of communication. You receive information, you process this information, and then you give it. And this is how you're
Yeah.
going to learn how to organize your ideas and how to organize your thoughts so that other
Mhm.
people can understand your message.
Okay. That's that's good.
Any
And
questions now?
we we would plan for the topics that we want to talk about, or we just
Depends on my goal. So I want you to feel comfortable here. I want you to feel safe that you can make mistakes. But sometimes I need to simulate pressure. Understand? Because the idea here we're going to practice for the real world. So sometimes I will give you the topic. Sometimes I'm going to ask you to read something at home when you're going to have time. A lot of time to absorb and repeat and read again or listen again. But sometimes no. Sometimes I'll just give you the subject we're going to see in class and then you're going to explain in class. Reading and watching one time, maybe twice, maybe three times. Understand?
okay. Okay. Good.
Okay. Do you consume any English material? Not focus on classes, but do you watch videos, movies, series? You told me you like movies and series, right?
Yeah, and I do. I feel like I consume a lot of content in English.
Like what?
Podcasts, videos on YouTube, movies. Um, because in my area, like um, what I do at work, most of the content is in English, anyways. It's about product design, product strategy, or things like this that I have to keep up. It's usually in English, and I'm always listening to podcasts or watching videos or audiobooks in English as well.
Okay, okay. And how is it difficult? How is it difficult when consuming this type of content?
It's not difficult actually. I love it. It's I can I can understand it well. What I really need to improve is my speaking skills because like listening is all right.
And what about how's your communication skills?
Um, I feel like I could improve it a lot as well. I don't I don't really like when I'm giving presentations and um, I don't freeze or anything like this, but I feel like it could be much better. I don't feel the most comfortable with um, when I have to give like presentations to I don't know too many people. I can get nervous, um, but I don't usually freeze or anything. But it's not. I don't feel super confident. I think.
Yeah, I I get it because uh, a lot of times when I tell my clients, for example, that communication is universal, right?
Hmm.
So a lot of clients use the idea of the classes to also put in their Portuguese. Understand?
Hmm.
What they learn in communication is universal. What are you going to learn with me? You can use in Portuguese also. And
Okay.
the idea is you can talk, but how effective is your communication, right? Like, for example, when you're gonna go on an interview and you gotta communicate and negotiate salary, for example, do you feel you're confident in having the knowledge to negotiate the salary.
And no,
And
no.
and what about
It's been a while since I interviewed. Actually, I've been working at Nubank for almost 5 years now, so I'm quite
you're
rusty.
rusty? Yes,
No
yes.
idea what's going on out there. I'm afraid. I'm like, oh shit.
Okay. And for example, how do you deal with questions that you don't know the answer on presentations? This is something that a lot of people get nervous also.
Mhm.
Like you have meetings with CDO, right? Tell me.
Yes,
And how do you deal when he has something that you don't understand? Or
but he's very accessible. He is the CDO of a big company, but he's very accessible. It's not like we don't get nervous with him in that sense. Um, it's just about being able to articulate in English, and that's the
yeah, but
difficult.
that doesn't happen a lot, right? For example,
Yeah.
I have one client in Nubank, and he was telling me that he was working substituting his boss now. She's on vacation, and he
Yeah.
had to give a presentation to directors and the managers, and he was saying how what was it is Campus Neto, right?
Mm.
Campus Neto would participate, and he
Oh.
say like Campus Neto is so brutal.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. He said that he saw Campus Neto already being very brutal with his boss, so he was very nervous in this. So not everybody's going to be accessible, right?
Yeah. No, I don't have to go in that type of meetings. That's not in my level of seniority. That person was probably, if um we do get meetings with the CDO because it's design, it's different, but I don't get meetings with the other um M team integrants like the CEO or stuff like that. No.
Yeah,
But that those are usually very intense meetings and everyone gets nervous.
yeah, exactly. So that's what this clients also said that
Mhm.
he had a client and they had a very miscommunication. Was the client got very aggressive and he froze. So he's a person that does not like confrontation, for example.
Yeah.
So we're learning how to stand his ground, how to
Mm.
get respect from other people. Understand? And then we practice. This is one example, right? So he told me this happened. Then I asked him to write on the chat for me so I can prepare. And then I prepared a class on how he could stand his ground, how he could uh, ask for respect without being disrespectful. He
Okay.
said in the end he had another meeting. He said it was great. The client understood his point of view. The client apologized, saying that actually both of them had incorrect information. The technical
Mhm.
team was at fault. So this is what I teach my clients, and this is the situation that we practice. Understand? It's
Okay.
not like those English books, like
Mhm.
we're gonna read about attacks about the beginning of the internet, and I hate that. I hate the type of attacks.
Yeah, me too. I don't like that. Um, okay.
Okay, so would you say that this is something that you're looking for in our sessions, in an English session? Are you looking more for an English teacher, or are you looking more for a communication coach? I'd love to hear your opinion and hear a little bit about what you think.
Yeah. I think I think both would be because like my English level, it's been a while since I did a test, a proficiency test, but I'd say it's between B2 and C1, I think. So I still need to improve in that sense.
What I
Um,
say is that this type of level, grammar is so easy to study after when you have better English, right? I know
yeah.
this because I've always been terrible in
Hmm.
English. So I'm an American, a Brazilian American. So I speak English and Portuguese since I'm a child, right? And I've always
Yeah.
been fluent. See, because my father didn't even speak Portuguese, so I always been fluent. And I was always terrible at grammar. Do you know when I learned grammar?
One.
Should be a teacher. I,
Okay.
the same book that my father learned grammar to be a teacher when he comes to
Okay.
Brazil, and it took like 1 week. I just read the book in 1 week and it was because it's different when you learn, and this what I just need people understand. And this is the bad part of Brazilian English industry is
Mhm.
that they teach they teach people that to learn English you need to know grammar. This is ridiculous.
Okay.
In no language in the world you learn grammar before you learn how to speak, how to communicate, right?
Yeah.
So because grammar is for you to learn why you say something and not how to say something because you don't have time when you're thinking, right? And believe me, I got many clients where they do the Preply test and they come as a B1, even A2 I got. And they are like, the communication level is like C1. Like they have American accent and they speak a lot, but they don't practice. They don't know grammar. And I understand this because I was
Mhm.
fluent and I didn't know what was verb to be. I
Okay.
used to use the example phrase when they give like example in the test, and I try to do the same logic, understand? But I had no idea what was verb to be because I don't need to. I was fluent already.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like studying grammar either. And I
So
feel like,
boring.
yeah, my English improved a lot once I started to listen a lot of content in English and putting myself in situations where I had to speak with other people in English as well. That's how it improved. It was not, I was not, after I finished the CCAA course, I was not able to speak like this. And I feel like if I stop listening to stuff in English, my English gets bad too.
Yes, exactly. So I've worked in schools. I've met teachers where they were graduating in the school, right? And they know grammar, but they're terrible at speaking. And that's what I try to say is if you need a test, like my classes are very adaptable, it's very dynamic. If you need to prepare for a test, we can prepare. And believe
Okay.
me, I know grammar. I just don't think I don't see why teach grammar to clients. But I have clients, for example, where they are lawyers and they want to pass the bar exam. Do you know what the bar exam?
Yeah.
So these clients is 100% grammar, right. They got to write a lot. That's why I say my clients are different, right? They have different clients for different needs. That's one of the examples in my class aerodynamic because every client's different. I think it's
Mhm.
ridiculous idea of use one material for all clients. Make you guys fit on my material. This is ridiculous. I get more than 15,000 hour of classes. I'm 13 years in this area. Can you imagine
Mhm.
15,000 hours of classes? I would go crazy. So yeah, that's why I can teach you grammar if you want, and I can help you for tests. But I think it's much more productive if we just focus on getting job interviews and
Okay.
getting into the company because it's first of all it's rare that they ask you for a test, and if they do, it's
Yeah.
not difficult to prepare for a
What
test.
I meant that I would like to focus on improving my speaking skills is like when we are speaking, if you see that I make like a very important
Word
mistake,
test, you take
yeah,
it
you can correct me and tell me, oh,
always.
it would be better if you had said in that way or whatever.
I
Um,
always correct you, but the idea is correct you, right? Being very create a shock to your brain. So I correct you on the time, on the spot, if it's necessary. Sometimes it's just not pay attention.
okay.
But I do not explain the grammar part right off the basis because, like I said, you don't think about it.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Usually, it's very common for my clients to learn the grammar just by copying it. So you need a guide, but you need a guide. The guide needs to have a good English. So I have
Mhm.
a good grammar and I have a good English. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna guide you to imitate. Understand? You're gonna use me as a mirror.
Okay.
You're gonna copy my style, and then you're gonna speak correct. You're not gonna know why, but you're gonna do it. Understand?
Okay. Okay.
So I do
That,
correct. If I see that you're having the same mistake over and over again, and
okay.
you don't understand just by copying, then I have no problem preparing a class based on that grammar.
Okay.
But the idea is that I use grammar to help. It's not my first option
Okay.
because I don't want to waste your time.
Yeah, I like that. It
Understand?
works. Yes.
Time is money.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I know
how
I
many?
like that style. I wouldn't expect like to for us to like to open a whiteboard and for you to speak stuff for me like this. No, it's just
And believe me, I did it before. Well, I don't have a whiteboard, but I asked my client to go on Google Meet, and I use my tablet, my iPad. I use it and I just draw it. I've done it before many times. Like it's not a problem for me. I understand. I know grammar. It's just that I think it's a waste of time for you guys.
okay.
And I know that I'm not cheap. So I know I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste your money.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
So what do you think so far? Do you think that this resonates what you're looking for?
Yeah, it really does. Um, I'll look at your schedule and see because I'm not working today, but I need to find another time um,
Sure.
for regular sessions
Yeah.
and and, and
So
okay.
tell me an idea. Like, what are you looking for in like period? Mornings, afternoons, nights, evenings?
Morning,
Morning.
yes,
What is morning to you?
before 9.
Before night. So I start working at 7. So 7 or 8, right?
Yes,
How many times a week?
one, yeah,
Once a week.
once a week. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so yeah, I have some spots. I think it'll be easier if you can find one that is that you can repeat. Understand?
Okay.
But
Yes.
if you need any help, just let me know. Sometimes some clients are more flexible. Sometimes they
Mhm.
can help you, right? Moving some clients. Okay. But if it's there, I'm free at that time. I work from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Okay.
The only difference is that the week from 4 to 9 of January, I will travel. So that's why it's gonna be all locked. You won't have opportunity to schedule. But it's only
Okay.
1 week, and I'll be back. And I, right, I'm a workaholic, so I never travel. I'm doing it. I'm traveling for my girlfriend, not for me.
Okay, good.
If it was for me, I would just work, work, work.
Okay.
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 So Jessica, it was a pleasure to have this moment and
Yeah.
talk to you and meeting you, understanding your needs. And I
Okay.
really hope that we can start this journey and get your international opportunity.
Okay. Thank you. It was nice meeting you.
Bye bye.
Bye.
See you next class.